know I'm probably preaching to the choir right now. My name is Debbie Clay, and I'm a breast cancer survivor. Okay, deep breath. When cancer happened to me, I didn't know what to do. I was frightened, worried, and shocked. I knew I had to do something more than just show up for the wicked party that was being planned for me. I thought about one of my favorite quotes by Sharon Salzberg. It doesn't matter how long we may have been stuck in a sense of our limitations. If we go into a darkened room and turn on the light, it doesn't matter if the room has been dark for a day or a week or 10,000 years. We turn on the light and it's illumined. Once we contact our capacity for love and happiness, the light has been turned on. I was scared and sad and in such a dark place. I thought about Sharon's words, and so I struck a match. I decided to do the only thing that occurred to me. I would commit to writing daily for 1 year in the life of a cancer patient. I started a blog. Some of you may not know what a blog is. I didn't really even know. It's like an online diary where anyone can read what you've written. I called my blog The Sacred Ordinary because before my diagnosis, and after turning 50, I thought I might want to write a blog on finding the sacred in an ordinary life. Well, all that changed. Typing into my computer and using my cell phone to take self-portraits, I began the journey. I started the blog for a few reasons. I've always been a secret writer. I was hoping maybe somebody would read what I had to say and be educated about what we go through. Maybe somebody newly diagnosed would read what I said and they could walk the path with me. But mostly, I thought, if something were to happen to me, I wanted my boys to know me as someone other than just their mama. I thought the blog might be my legacy. Well, on Mother's Day 2010, somebody was blowing up my phone. If you're not up on the kids' lingo, that means you're getting all kinds of text messages and phone calls. I had several great surprises in my inbox, photos of all the people I love, every single one wearing a pink ribbon pin. Come to find out, my husband had contacted the American Cancer Society, and a lovely person named Kimberly, who works at the Fairfield office, a lot of you might know her, helped him round up a bunch of pins that he could mail out to everyone and ask them to send me photos. That was the beginning of my family's relationship with the American Cancer Society and a friendship with Kimberly that would bless and support me throughout treatment. I decided to start my blog that day. It seemed appropriate. I would write Mother's Day to Mother's Day. I would chronicle a journey like the rest of you that I never signed up for. One of my earliest posts just a few days in was called The 2 Bravest People on the Planet. When I talked about having to tell my sons, Mom has cancer. I don't know what instinct is stronger in a mother, the one to love or the one to protect. So this is from my blog. I called my oldest son, the one there with his eyes closed, looking like a little fool, Batman, after his favorite superhero, and his younger brother, Batman's sidekick, is Robin. I gave everyone on my blog fake names, except for myself, although I did sometimes call myself Writer Girl Dreams. So this is from my blog. The hardest thing I've ever done in my life was telling them Mom has cancer. I've suffered my share of trauma, grief, and heartbreak in this life, just like everyone else. This is something I never expected to do in 1,000 years. As a mother, your need to protect your children runs so deep, and having to tell them something like this hits you in some primal mother place, and it hurts bad. Son, I said, I'm about to ruin your day. Let me get right to the point here. I've been diagnosed with breast cancer. And there it was, what I'd been dreading for 2 weeks, the look of fear and grief and disbelief on my oldest son's face. The kid that holds everything close to the vest, I should say the man. My 6-foot baby with a size 13 shoe, who's one of those brave soldiers who feels things very deeply. He always has, ever since he was little, running around in his gymborees trying to kiss the cat. He stands tall and strong like a mountain. What a presence. But inside of him there's a deep river of compassion and great tenderness. He's a warrior with a gentle soul. He asked when would we tell his brother. His little brother, Robin, has always idolized his older brother, and for good reason. Batman has always been a superhero to his little brother. He's always been the oak that little Robin thrived under. I couldn't sleep most of the night before telling Batman, and it was even worse the night before telling Robin. It's one thing to tell a 19-year-old man, your mom has breast cancer. It's another thing to tell a 12-year-old boy who's very close with his mommy. I picked up Robin from school. Hey, how about we go to McDonald's? His face lit up. Hi, yes, 2 double cheeseburgers, ketchup only, 1 small Oreo McFlurry, please. How about we drive down to the park and we can eat over there? Robin said, whoa, is it my birthday or something? Hey! We pulled into a favorite waterfront park close to home. A tugboat made its way down the street. And there's that moment where time stopped for me because I know I'm going to change my son's life forever. We talked and we cried. He asked a lot of questions. And then he looked at me and he shook his finger and he's like, you are one tricky lady. Mommy has cancer. Here's a cheeseburger. We sat a bit more and then he looked at me, put his arms around me. It's okay, Mom. Everything's going to be okay. He's like, oh my God, Mom. I thought you were going to tell me one of the dogs died. I was like, are you kidding? I couldn't handle that. This I can handle. Only other animal lovers can understand that. Well, a few days later, my older son, Batman, asked, when are you going to tell Grandma? Grandma's my husband's 86-year-old mother who lives nearby, we're very close to, and we all knew she would take the news really hard. This Sunday, I told him, and then Batman says to me in his trademark smart-ass style he got from his mom, you gonna take her to McDonald's? So it was done. Now I felt I could take care of me. My boys knew the truth. And this was one of the first lessons I learned along this cancer path, how incredible my children, my family, with all the fear and uncertainty I had for my life at that point, gave me great peace to realize that whatever I have accomplished, however I have failed, and whatever's still out there for me, there is no greater thing I will ever do in this life than have and love and teach my boys. No greater thing. So, well, thank you, mommies in the world out there. As you know what I'm saying. You think hearing the words you have cancer is rough, telling your people, you have cancer is rougher, but no, it gets worse. It's called cancer treatment, otherwise known in the business as poison, cut, and burn. The triathlon of chemo, surgery, and radiation, I call this cancer camp. First stop, chemotherapy. Here's my self-portrait, right before starting chemo. And so it begins. Stool softeners, check. Ativan, check. I call that vitamin A. You gotta have your vitamin A. My teddy bear, check. During chemo, your calendar gets completely cleared for you, except for your infusion day, and then the days after your infusion day. My world got smaller and smaller, some days with just my room and my bed. And this is when I really started to learn in my life to surround myself with the things I love and the people I love and let everything else fall away. I got a power cord. No, that's not something you plug your iPhone into to recharge it. It's something they use to plug chemo into you. It's like a little Lego right under your skin with a tube that runs straight into your biggest vein, your vena cava. They use another Lego with a wicked needle to plug into your Lego, and there you have it. You've been accessed. Whatever you do, don't forget to rub the stuff on your cord an hour before chemo. Don't do like me, reaching into the chemo bag, grabbing the preparation H. Does not work. You must use the light of Cain. My first cord failed before I even woke up from surgery. It was all tangled up in me like a string of Christmas tree lights. Unfortunately, I think my surgeon had underestimated the weight of Flopsy and Mopsy, and as soon as they sat me up, that was that. You get used to this kind of stuff when you're in cancer camp. I call these the glitches, and ladies and gentlemen, I am the queen of the glitch.